Morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We had a good weekend here. We celebrated our son's 4th birthday. It was a little early. His birthday's later, but we decided to celebrate it a little early. We had his grandpa come, and we opened presents, had cake. It was a really good time. No big party this year. We've done the big parties before, and we just learned that better for us probably just less quantity, maybe more quality. I guess would be to compare it to. But he had a good time. My son's name's Noah. He had a really good time. We got on some of them Hot Wheel tracks. It reminded me when I was a kid playing the Hot Wheels. And I almost found myself being a kid again. It's funny how that happens. Children are a gift like that. You know, I'm sure that you've heard that before. You know, kids are a gift, a blessing. And I feel like that could tie into the lesson a little bit. You know, when we get blessed with a child, it's an opportunity to relieve ourselves of some karmic debt that we accumulated in our lifetime, maybe even in some previous lifetimes. You get an opportunity to relieve yourself of a lot of karmic debt when we have children. Not because you had the child, that's easy, but how you teach, raise, and love your child. In my life, I've found that there are two kinds of people when it comes to parenting. There's one kind that will use the excuse of, well, if I went through that, then they need to go through that too. Passing on the karmic weight, making sure that others bear the weight, bear the load, the pain that we've had to endure. That's the easy way, the way of weakness. And then there are others who say things more like, well, I went through that. I'm going to make sure they never have to go through that. Maybe that's a simplified way of boiling things down, but I just feel like I've noticed that with a lot of parents. And then sometimes you got to catch yourself making sure that, you know, I don't want to be passing down just some pain that I'm carrying over from my childhood or past life. I'm going to go into a couple more specific lessons today of the path. But first, we're going to have to establish some ground rules. In the world of theosophy and the occult, psychic phenomenon, you can boil it down to two paths. There are more, but we're just going to boil it down to two to keep things simple. The right or the left-hand path. The light or the dark path. And if you're into Star Wars, the Jedi or the Sith. The right path teaches to align yourself with the Most High, to God. And as you align yourself to God, you become the magic, because you're tapping into the source, to the magic itself. And the left path, they teach to use magic to bend, shape, create, destroy reality to their will. Love spells, get a job spells, mind control of others. One path is much harder to tread than the other, which is why not as many people choose that path. Yeah, on the left-hand path, you might get some results faster, but they are temporary. And the cost is heavy, because each one comes with its karmic weight, its debt that you accumulate, that you will take with you forever, until you relinquish it. And pass down, generational. That's not the path I teach. My path is that of the light worker. If you're coming here and you want to learn a love spell, or you want to learn how to control someone's mind so that you can get them to do things for you, or to make them forget their memories, you're on the wrong channel. Go somewhere else. I will see you down the road. We'll have to duke it out. But the light worker will win. Always. Hey. One moment. Come on. Yeah. So, two schools of thoughts, two roads, two paths. We're on the right. That's what I teach. Not going to teach dark magic. Not here. You won't learn it from me. I don't even know it. So, I couldn't teach you even if I tried. No, what I teach is to align yourself with God, to go within, and to let go of the things, the shadows, the demons that we take with us from the pain. And in my case, that I accumulated from those from the left side. As you learn more in this theosophical practice too, that's going to bring me to my other point. Language, words, they're important. You're going to learn, I'm going to teach you terms, that there is a language that utilizes the same words we were taught in school, but there's going to be different meanings. Occultists understand things on another level that we laymen weren't taught in school. You're going to have to use things like intuition, discernment, discrimination. I'll go more into all this stuff later. but just letting you know. Maybe you've been taught one phrase, one word, but there's another meaning to it. There's another layer to the onion. And as we tread this path, you'll also notice that sometimes it feels like you go one step forward and two steps back. Sometimes you make a good bit of progress and then you don't make really anything at all. And that's natural. There is a certain ebb and flow with this path. I would say to just, enjoy the ride, take your time. That was probably something I struggle with and still do. I like to just go right on in. I'm the kind of person that either dives in or isn't really interested in getting in the pool at all. So for me, it's one thing that I've had to and continuously have to learn and to apply. What else? I think that might be enough for the ground rules by now. Oh, no. One more important ground rule. And this ties in with discernment and intuition. Not everything is a psychological or a psychic phenomenon. Sometimes you just have gas, so to say. Actually, a lot of times. We have to learn to not always assume that what we are experiencing or what we think we're experiencing is a psychic phenomenon. Even though it does happen a lot and more often than we may realize, it's a safe practice to always find a logical way first. There's a lot of people who have lost their mind studying this stuff. They went crazy. And if you don't watch yourself, you can go crazy too. But as long as you remember these things and you keep your wits about you and you stay connected to God, to the Most High, you'll be fine. He will protect you, just like He's protected me. All right, we'll go into some more specific stuff. Some of this stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you, I might build it up. You might think it's gonna be some really cool revelation. Maybe I'm gonna tell you about pig's tails or fairy dust that you're gonna put together and concoct in a cauldron. Nope. You're gonna probably go, what? That was it? But yeah, that's it. All right, close your eyes. This is a mantra, one that I learned from Golden Dawn Adept. In your meditation, you can use this mantra that she taught. It can help to enhance some results. Relax. And then you begin the mantra. Limitless power, absolute harmony, eternal duration. Limitless power, absolute harmony, eternal duration. You can just think the mantra. You don't always have to speak it. Limitless power, absolute harmony, eternal duration. I'm going to take it another step further, and I'm going to teach a technique that's as old as time itself. Om. That's an old one. That's it. You could use those. Hopefully they help your development. Aerials in the sky. When you lose small mind, you free your life. Ah, ah, ah.